Brighter or less bright?
Brighter.
Yeah. We look very white.
Yeah. You'd never know that I came back from Florida.
That's this okay.
And
you wouldn't know that
from Vegas.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that in the room with us either, though.
Right. No, you're right. You're very right.
I got the smallest bit of sun yesterday, maybe, or a few times. I mean, we walked around. It was nice. It was like 70.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
Yeah. It was in the 70s in Florida as well. And
yeah.
Man, the oppressive snow and oppressive cold that has hit the northeast. But you know what? We're rounding out a corner here, and it's gonna be better. Moving forward, it's gonna be better.
That's the rumor. Actually, the rumor is it's gonna snow again on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Not by the time this comes out.
It's gonna be better.
It's gonna be better. Yeah, Monday or Tuesday is when we have our political episode coming out.
Oh, sorry about that.
So that'll be
for all you that enjoyed that. Thank you. For all you that hated that, thank you.
Exactly. So
what's today's episode going to be?
Well, I'll give you the date. It's March the 9th, year of our Lord 2026.
All right, so I'm going to try and find what that means.
And you have exactly 20 seconds.
Okay.
And go.
Hello, and welcome to National Barbie Day.
Matt, the pink is great for it.
Pink is great for it. You can also go over to baconsmypodcast.com, and it'll take you to a porthole where you can go to our merch area and buy our Barbie shirt.
Or our Guardians of the Galaxy shirt, like I'm wearing right here.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I like this shirt.
It's one of my shirt too. I wear the Barbie one all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. What other days do we have today? We have National Meatball Day.
Come on.
I love meatballs.
How bad could a day be?
I love meatballs. I also feel like after a week in Vegas, I kind of resemble one. I feel like a meatball.
Yeah.
A little bit. It is National Crab Meat Day.
Okay.
So go have Meatball Hero for lunch, crab legs for dinner.
Mm-hmm. And make sure you don't eat meat with crabs on it.
And after you do that, good for you, because it's also National Napping Day.
Well, nothing like gorging yourself and going for a good, solid nap.
Meatballs and a good nap. And then finally, this one ties into our last episode, which was very political. If you had any issues with that, we just want to say today is National Get Over It Day.
I like it.
See how that all tied together?
Yeah, I love that. I really do love that.
It's like the rug ties the room together.
We haven't seen the fallout from whatever we post this
if
last
there's
week.
Any. Yeah.
If there is any. I have a feeling that given the fallout from the religious episode, somehow this is going to be another active week on social media.
It's also happening right after the State of the Union, which we didn't plan, but
yeah, no, it wasn't planned, but here we are. So today we have two different whiskeys we can try.
Oh, sweet.
I got some Travelers again because it's been a minute,
and we've both been traveling.
Exactly, and we have some triple.
Triple. Nice.
So which one do you think?
Well, I will say it's been longer since I've had Travelers because I had a lot of triple over the holidays.
Okay. So then Travelers it is.
So for me personally, it's just been a while.
Right. Well, speaking of Travelers, you and I have been traveling over the course of the past couple of weeks, and we're going to be doing a lot more traveling over the course of the next few weeks.
Very excited about that.
And even the ones that you and I are doing in between those and yeah, in between those, I've got other traveling to do.
Yeah.
So
you're quite the globetrotter.
I'm going to be traveling like crazy. But talk to us a little bit about what you just had to do because of the fun snowstorm that hit the Northeast.
Well, I thought, as some of you may know, some of you may not know, my girl, my better half, I am a forever plus one, has a really cool job. She works, not to be a braggart, she works, well, I didn't do it, it's not my job, but she works for Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. She does lighting and does the video walls and does a lot of cool stuff for her, assistant tour managing, all that kind of stuff. And Joan was doing a residency in Las Vegas. And so I thought that I would go visit for the last 2 shows of the residency. I got the opportunity to work merch for both those shows. So I thought that would be fun. I know the merch guy, Randy, he's very cool. And he's worked for everybody from Rush to Kiss to like literally anyone that you can think of, Pat Benatar to like everybody. It's ridiculous. Yeah. He works for Fanatics too and does all that stuff.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I got to hang with him and work with him and everything. And so I thought I'd go out and spend a weekend. It was cool. I could get out there, and he was like, "I'll fly out on points. No money needs to be spent.
There you go.
It's going to be great.
Perfect.
Like hotels paid for, flights are on points. I'm going to make a little money. We're going to take a red eye back Sunday night, be home in time. Monday will be a rough day at work, but we'll be back.
But you make those sacrifices for cool opportunities,
cool experience,
like
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got snowed in and flights were canceled, and I was stuck there for 7 days. So, made a Target run, bought some of the dry laundry detergent sheets, did a load of socks and underwear in the sink, let them hang dry because I only packed for 2 days. And spent a week in Vegas.
Yeah.
Luckily, because she was stuck there, they extended the room, so that was very fortunate. So we didn't have to do that.
And the flight
was already the flight that just got moved. We could not get an earlier flight. We tried.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get to fly back till Thursday. Got back last night at about 12:30. Couldn't go to sleep because it's 3 hours earlier over there.
Sure.
And I just spent a week.
Right.
So this morning I was like, what? Poor Bruce was stuck by himself for a week. Thankfully, our landlords are absolutely amazing people, and they helped out with Bruce a lot, and our friend Stacy. So that was very cool. He freaked out when he saw us. He was very excited to see us.
I figured.
Yeah, he was like, it's like nonstop pretty much, and then laying on Annie on the couch, like with like one leg on me too. It's like you guys are not going anywhere.
Just don't leave.
So it was also funny because we got back at like 12:30, and before we got back, I was like, "Do you want to get anything to eat and anything?" She's like, "I don't really want to eat this late." It's like, "All right." We got back. As soon as we get in, we unpack, sit down, everything, and she's like, "Do you want to go get Taco Bell?" And I was like, yeah, but then I also felt like a total dick because we got up and started putting our coats on, and Bruce was like, wait, what? Wait, you just got here.
I know I don't have any concept of time, but it's only when you're gone.
Well, we walked, I shut the door and we walked upstairs, and from the upstairs I just heard, oh. And I was like, oh.
You didn't take him for a ride?
No, I didn't. And I made it even better because I got in the car and I was like, what if we die in a car accident? And Bruce saw us for just like 30 minutes. She was like, why would you say that? And I was like, because these are the things I think about and say. I don't mean it.
That is unbelievable.
I don't want to think that. So yeah, that was but we got to do some really cool things in Vegas. We went to a comedy show. We went to an R-rated magician.
Yeah,
which was not as R-rated as it could have been, but but he did walk around. His assistant was a blow up doll, and he did hit a couple gentlemen with dildos, and yeah, it was fun. He was funny. He was a good one. We saw the Michael Jackson 1 show.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Dude, so cool.
Yeah,
So cool. Like even though it's been out for a long time, so some of the effects are now kind of dated. Like the hologram effect is kind of dated. It was super cool though, because you had people dancing on stage and everything, and they had the hologram of him, and they were interacting with him and dancing with him and stuff, which was really cool. The way they choreographed it and set it up and everything. So that was awesome. That show's amazing if anybody's interested. I saw probably the strongest human being I've ever seen in my life. Was this dude that was doing a like one of those dancing on the fabric things. You know,
okay.
Like the rope kind of dance thing. No wire, nothing, shirtless, just jacked, and he's like all the way at the top of this theater.
That's
spinning down, spinning around,
just
hanging by one arm, hanging by his legs, like
just by sheets.
Just yeah, I'm watching this. I'm like, this is the strongest human I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I've seen those people that just kind of hang on sheets and the one rope, and they like they're able to turn upward so they ravel themselves, not unravel.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
and that is, to me, I don't know if anybody's actually put any thought behind this, but could you imagine the amount of strength it takes to ravel yourself while suspended by that same
right?
What?
Well, wrap your leg around a sheet,
right,
and then hang 100 feet above a stage from one leg with your arms out and your other leg out. And this is after like an entire song of just acrobatic work, holding yourself up by your arms and legs.
Yeah, that sounds, yeah.
I was like, this is unreal.
Yeah.
It was super cool. Like they changed the stage like for different songs. Like when they did Thriller, for example, they basically, the whole stage became trampolines, and it was zombies flipping off of walls onto trampolines, onto other trampolines, and crossing each other and doing all this crazy stuff. I still don't know how they do the lean.
Yeah.
They had a
smooth criminal lean, for anybody who doesn't know, is they stand up straight and then they go and lean forward.
Way too far for a human to lean.
No strings.
Yeah.
No ropes, no nothing. Just
a dance move.
Really, really great ankle strength.
Incredible girl on guitar that came out. Only live musician in the show, but it was like a girl that was like all done up punk rock, because Michael Jackson always had a really
cool
great female guitar players.
Who was the last one? Was or
Orthante, yeah. And then Jennifer Batten back in like the 90s, and always had like a really, really, really like talented, good female guitar player. So they had one on stage, and she came out for all like the big solo sections and rock stuff, and that was awesome. Dude, just really cool show.
Yeah.
And Vegas is just awesome.
Yeah.
Went to pawn shops, went and looked at guitars, all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Found some, wanted to buy, didn't.
Yeah. Because a week in Vegas, even if you don't pay for a flight or a room, could be a little expensive.
Yeah. Now the good thing is that so I'm very fortunate in life that a lot of the things that I try to do and a lot of things that I like want to explore, I'm generally like, I'm not great at anything right away, but I'm generally pretty good at stuff right away. Like I can figure stuff out and I'm decent with it, with the exception of gambling. Gambling,
I'm with you on that.
Right away, terrible at. So and people always tell me, they're like, oh no, you got to like, you bet, and then if you lose, you double the bet so that when you win it back, plus you and there's like a method and all that. I'm like, man, I one day I was like, all right, I gotta waste some time today. I'm gonna go, I was just gonna go do like a machine. So I was like, let me find one with like a low prize, because the ones with the higher prize pay out less. You also don't want to do any of the branded ones because they have to pay licensing fees. So they're designed to pay out less often. So you don't want to look for anything that's in a high traffic area, because they assume people are going to walk by,
Right
do
to
one, and
that,
then leave. So, I found my way in, found one, put in $20, immediately lost $20, like within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
Put in another $10. So I did it backwards.
Right.
Immediately lost that 10, and I was like, all right, well, I'm done gambling.
I'm a lot like that too.
Yeah.
The one time that I made out, I was working for a company, and we had a conference of sorts, or just like this training thing. It was at Mohegan Sun.
Okay.
And we went, and they gave us a $10 voucher for gambling. And at that point, it was, I don't care, because it's house money. So when I went, I had a whole bunch of, because it was one person from each branch.
Okay.
And this, the company had like 500 branches,
Yeah.
whatever. So I was chosen from my branch. So people from my branch were like, hey, go to the roulette machine and put 20 on this, and put 10 on this, and 5 on this. And I had this whole list of things. And I said to the whatever, the dealer, whatever, the person that spins the wheel, I was like, this is what I want. And they were like, okay, you're obviously damaged, because you should just put the things where you need to.
Right.
But they realized I was special. And they did it, and they spun the wheel, and then they called out whatever, and then I said, can I have it back now? And she was like, excuse me? I was like, yeah, I'm done with their money.
Right.
Can I have it back now? And she was like, okay. She was obviously miffed.
Yeah.
And I didn't care, because I don't gamble, and
Right.
I'm never going to see them again. And then I took my 10 and I put it down on black.
Yes.
And she was like, oh, you're back in. I said, this is my money now.
Right.
But it wasn't my money. They gave me that money. And I won $20.
Nice.
And then I said, cool, I'll have it back now. And then she was very upset again, because she was like, no, you're winning, you should keep going.
Right.
And I was like, no, I made one drink turn into 2 drinks.
Right.
Give me my money back.
I'm not winning, I won.
Yeah, I won. Give me my money back. So that's my extent of gambling.
Nice.
Vegas wise, Jen and I found, you ever see the Deal or No Deal machine?
Yeah.
That's the only thing we'll play. We have a lot of fun with that.
Branded.
It's you know what it is.
You got to pay the IP.
You know what it is, though. It's fun.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fun, and it's not pulling a lever and it going bing, 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 bing. You lose.
Yeah.
It takes time,
Yeah.
And I think the one we were playing was like $5, right? So if we're throwing in $5 and we're standing there for 15, 20 minutes and getting a couple of drinks.
Oh man, 15, 20 minutes. What I did notice, and Annie noticed it too, when you're at Mandalay Bay, at least, nobody's walking around giving anybody drinks. There's no waitresses or cocktail people
really
walking around. Not happening. Now, when we went to Fremont Street and we went into a couple of those places, it's all still happening there. Yeah. All of that's still going on there. And I still maintain that Fremont Street is the coolest part of Vegas.
Yeah. Well, when we went, what was it, 2019 or 2018?
Something like that. Yeah. Was it that long ago?
Yeah,
Holy crap.
Yeah. That was really cool, because that was just as they were finishing up all the improvements to Fremont Street.
Right.
And there were some holes. There were some big holes that were still getting filled in terms of new buildings and stuff. But yeah, I just remember enjoying our time on Fremont Street way more than any of the rest of it.
Yeah. I I like, and I was noticing myself doing this while I was there too, and I was like, this is making me sound like an old person yelling at clouds. But when I'm walking around it, I don't want Vegas to be for families. I don't want that. I don't want Vegas to be a mall.
Really? So
I
that's
don't
what
want that. I
that's
hate
what
that.
that's what the Strip is turning into?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
See,
Like
I
we were
still
walking down and I was like, it took I didn't start seeing badly dressed showgirls trying to get pictures taken that clearly aren't real showgirls that like bought some feathers
Right.
at a place, right? I didn't start to see them until we got closer to Fremont Street or later in the week, right? I saw zero porn ads. I saw zero flyers for prostitutes.
with the cards.
Yeah, like none of that.
Really?
None of that's around. But you know what's there? J. Crew and H&M and
Really?
like Lululemon and like all that stuff is there. And I'm like, this sucks. What is this?
That's not Vegas.
Right. It does like it's called Sin City.
Well, I feel like we went there. So now we're talking about 7 or 8 years. So that was
Right.
my last reference
Well,
to it.
and when I lived there, it was
And I remember when we went,
yeah.
it was much less like that. It was still there.
Yeah. Well,
But-
when we went, I was blown away because the last time I had been there wasn't the walkways over the roads and all that.
Well,
kind
the
of
time
stuff.
before that for me too. There was no.
It was like you just
none of
cross
that.
the street with a drink in your hand and hope for the best.
Right.
Right. And it was just droves of people.
Pandemonium. Yeah.
And I love that. It's very lively.
Yeah.
Right now, it doesn't feel like that anymore. It feels like it's either they got stuff for your kids to do, which okay, cool, I get it.
Yeah.
You need that in places, but it doesn't need to be all the places.
Sure.
Right. And it's becoming a place for like rich people to play and hang out.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Like nobody's hanging out.
Go to an exclusive club at this rooftop.
Right.
This
Nobody's
pool party.
hanging out. Nothing's happening on the floor, on the ground.
Yeah.
Right. All the stuff on the ground isn't there anymore. But you go to Fremont Street and there are street musicians.
Yeah.
There are people selling weird handmade stuff. There's weird looking, clearly not showgirls trying to get photos with you. We saw a pair of twins that were probably in their 70s that were just like, would you like a photo? And it was like, no.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad I got to say no.
Right.
Right. Yeah, so that part of it's still there. But even Fremont Street, they're like, do you want to zip line over Fremont Street? Shaka, brah. Like that.
Well, that's been there for a long,
Right.
long time. But
that's the
it was
beginning.
Like it used to be the danger part of Fremont Street, right?
Yeah.
It was way more sketchy because they just had like 7 across and they were just like, strap in, good luck.
Right.
And now I'm sure it's a lot. When we were there, it was like, okay, well, you go through these lines and you pay for a ticket and it's $25 and it's an extra if you want to bring a phone and you can, whatever and video going across and stuff.
Right.
So they turned it into more of a gimmicked kind of situation.
But downtown Vegas is still very punk rock.
Yeah.
Right. Like you go into a place and you're hearing like loud punk and metal being played in so many shops. And so like street vendors are playing, like rock. So it's just like there's a vibe there that's very cool. A lot of a lot of cool like tattoo shops, a lot of cool like vintage stores. Prices are still lower for stuff like that. Like it's cheap to eat there. It's pretty cheap to shop there too.
Okay.
Gas is expensive.
Oh.
But like otherwise everything's pretty reasonable and cheap. I mean, and it's a 24/7 town. So that's really cool. So it's like, you can go to an all you can eat sushi place with great food at midnight.
Yeah.
And get served great food.
Right.
We went at 9 because that's when happy hour started.
Nice. That's beautiful.
It's great. I love Vegas,
Well, I mean,
man. I love Vegas.
I'm happy you got to see. To me, and I thought about this, and I didn't say this to you yet,
right.
but I'm glad I'm going to say it to you now. I think personally, the universe works in strange ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the universe does provide things that we wouldn't necessarily give ourselves, right? And you haven't done a like trip for pleasure in a really, 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 really long time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I don't remember the last time you mentioned actually doing one just for the hell of it. Like the last big
Maybe
one I
Hawaii.
remember was the last big one I remember was Hawaii. I know
Yeah.
that there was one like quick road trip weekend kind of thing at some point within there. But like you haven't had that. And
the last one was probably extending Anaheim and going to Disney with you guys.
Okay.
That was probably the last one for real.
Yeah, I don't associate that as a vacation.
I don't either, right? But it was like just extending our time there.
But yeah, man. So for me, when it happened, at first I was like, oh man, that's a bummer. And then I was like, you know what? Dude needs it.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, and I love Vegas, man.
Well, that's the other thing. That's
Vegas.
your thing. That's your So I'm kind of
I love the vibe there.
I'm sorry it happened, but I'm not sorry it happened.
I mean, we went and looked at houses, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured you would. You've been talking about it.
We did, and damn. Yeah. There's like you can get a lot in Vegas for your money. Like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Is it we'll talk off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's good, man.
I'm looking for duplex townhouses.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go.
I'll move them all down.
Looking to sublet. What's up? Good, man. Well, I'm happy you enjoyed. I was in Florida.
Yeah.
I was in Saint Augustine.
Yeah, talk about
which
that.
Which is the longest settled city in America. Like consistently settled. Yes. Because what everybody knows is about the British history of the Americas. They never talk about the Spanish history of the Americas.
Right.
And they were there first. That was the first established city in America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So a lot of history.
I always think of Pennsylvania, but that was the first state.
Right.
Okay.
Right. A lot of history, which was really cool. It's like it's wild to stand somewhere and go, this ground has been here, these bricks, this infrastructure has been here since the 1700s.
That's awesome. I love that. It's not a lot of that here.
Yeah. And even buildings and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of them have been rehabbed and redone, and some done historically rebuilds kind of things. But overall, it's just a really, really cool town. There is a lot of haunted stuff related to it. We didn't really get to do a lot of it, but tons of museums, tons of things to do, tons of history. If you're a history nerd, man, it's awesome. So yeah, that's what we did. We went to a pirate museum.
Nice.
Which I was sending you and Andy pictures.
That's right. We went to the Punk Museum.
Yeah, which is also awesome.
Which is also awesome. Yeah.
But I didn't
even talk about that. Yeah.
I got to see an original pirate flag.
Yeah, and the flag and the treasure chest.
Yeah.
Like those pictures that you sent, I was like, this is awesome.
A 400-year-old treasure chest.
Yeah.
That's
really cool.
Crazy. And like they put the corner out and you could touch it.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like wild.
That's ridiculous.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
At the end of it, they had movie memorabilia. So they had the hook Dustin Hoffman used in Hook. They had remember the baseball scene in Hook?
Mm-hmm.
They had one of the uniforms.
Run home, Jack.
Yep. They had one of the Hook team uniforms and stuff. They had a bunch of stuff from Pirates of the Caribbean. Actual treasure that was commandeered from different trade ships and stuff.
Okay.
Just awesome, and a lot of really, really cool stories from it. What a lot of people don't know is that pirates kind of created democracy.
Really?
Yeah. I found out about it at the museum, and I was like, really? And then I went to Netflix. Netflix has a really cool show called, it's a limited series. It's called The Lost Pirate Kingdom. And really worth a watch. It's 6 episodes, about 40 to 45 minutes each.
Okay.
And it goes through the history of Spanish and European trade and how the pirates came along and how they created the Republic of Piracy in the Bahamas, in Nassau. And it was really the first like democratic establishment.
Wow, that's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. And
we got Ziggy in the chat
actually
over
1500s
here.
in Florida. Yeah.
In Florida.
Yeah. Well, there were some specific
our
spots
patrons
where
coming in clutch.
Yes, there were some specific spots that were from
that's
1700s.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's wild. So yeah, that was really cool. We went to the to an old jail. It was the oldest jail in America, and that was crazy.
That's awesome
because they showed how these people lived in the most deplorable of conditions, and it was from those early 1500s to 1950s.
That recent.
It closed in the 1950s.
Wow.
And I was looking at all this stuff and I'm like, this is so outdated.
That's crazy.
Even for the 50s.
Right, yeah.
You know? So that was really cool. We did, man, it was really cool if you're into that kind of thing. You know, the beaches are great. Ran into Dexter Loomis, which was fun.
That's cool.
Just kind of randomly
WWE
hanging out
wrestler,
from the area. I'm trying to think if there was another thing that we did. Oh, then they have this trolley tour, which it's not for everyone, but it's like $40.
Okay.
And it takes you on 22 stops around the city of Saint Augustine. And you can get on and off as you please. And it starts at, I think it's 9 a.m. And the last the last trolley goes around at 4:30. And you could just jump on and off and go to the different attractions and stuff. The other thing I did was the Fountain of Youth.
Yes, that's right.
Ponce de Leon, he founded this piece of land, and they started an establishment there, and they claimed to have found the Fountain of Youth
in America,
which is a spring in Florida. Yeah, yep. And
it's
like
a Mormon type thing.
I will tell you,
Jesus was in Utah.
I drank from it.
How'd you feel?
I felt like it tasted less dirty than Florida tap water.
Well, I mean,
the bar isn't set particularly high, but at least there's drinkable water in Florida.
Yeah,
at the Fountain of Youth.
Nice. Well, the fact that they let you drink from it, lets you know that it's not real, because the rich and powerful would hoard that.
Correct.
Entirely. Correct. And wouldn't let a ham and egger like you or I partake in a Fountain of Youth.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a really cool time. And
That's
then
awesome.
We got home, and as we landed is when you said, "Hey, my flight was canceled."
Yeah, I noticed that. Like, I was like, "How are your flights? Are you getting back?" And you were like, "Just got back." And I was like, "Oh, everything is canceled."
When you texted me, I was waiting for my Uber. My Uber was 8 minutes away.
That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, it was.
Well, I'm glad you got
great.
back.
I got home.
I'm glad I didn't.
That was Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday was, okay, guys, be prepared because we're gonna get fucked in the ass.
Right. It's late in the show. We're okay with
that. But what was funny is, so we landed, and I got home around 9:30, and I'm thinking to myself, I've been gone for a week, and my in-laws stayed here. They
Okay.
stayed here with Bruno.
Nice.
So I'm thinking to myself, well, they obviously ate and drank.
Yeah.
So I guess I probably have to figure out, I need to get stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Because we're going to be snowed in for 2 days.
Right. Get the bread and milk.
Right. So I got home at 9:40. We pulled in. I jumped in my car, ran to Stop and Shop. They close at 10. And in 15 minutes, I grabbed all of the stuff I possibly could. Now,
Wow.
the aisles were bare.
Yeah, I bet.
So it was like slim pickings, $6 for chicken breast. I was like, all right, whatever. $6
right.
a pound.
There it
Beggars
is.
can't be choosers.
Yeah.
We got to eat something tomorrow.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, the entry was weird. Re-entry into the world, because I felt like I could have been ready for Monday, but I wasn't, because the kids were home. And then also there's 18 to 25 inches of snow
right.
anywhere you look. So you have to shovel out all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we found out midday Monday that the kids wouldn't have school Tuesday. And I'm like, cool, I need to work. What am I doing? So I was when you re-enter, and then you got to start work Monday, but then you got to shovel everything out, but then you got to also do the kid thing.
Right.
And then Tuesday was the same.
That's the negative about working from home.
Oh, man.
That you can get there.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of a messy head situation. They finally got back to school Wednesday, and then it's trying to fit a week worth of work into 3 days.
3 days. Yeah.
Man, it was a little bit more of a difficult re-entry than usual, but I'm happy that we've hit the weekend. I could hit reset this weekend, and
I'm glad to be coming home on a weekend, and I don't feel as bad about having to miss a week of work, knowing that my job was closed on Monday and remote only on Tuesday, so I would have only had 2 lessons.
Okay, yeah. So you don't work Fridays, so that works. Yeah.
And I'll get like PTO for maybe 1 or 2 of those days, so that'll be okay. Because I put in for it, because I was like,
well,
we'll see.
Well, never mind. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's awesome.
I do want to give a shout out to my landlords, because not only did they take care of Bruce while we were gone, they were like, don't even worry about it, we got it. But they pulled both of our cars into their driveway. They plowed, they shoveled, they pulled both our cars back out onto the street.
That's awesome.
I can't even, who has landlords like that? I don't know, but if you do, they're awesome. Thank them. Take them to dinner. We're going to do something nice for them for sure. We will have already done it by now. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to. Alan and Marie, you guys are absolutely the absolute best.
And I personally really, really hope that you enjoyed that Peter Luger steak dinner.
What?
You said you were going to treat him to something nice. I mean, God damn it. You know they're only cash, right?
You know I don't make. I'm not the one that makes Joan Jett money, so Annie's going to be pissed.
Sorry, Annie.
You're going to have to answer to her. That's a lot harder than answering to me.
You're right.
Right?
Yeah. Don't mess with the goat.
I can be like, you could be like, come on. And I'm like, all right. I forgot to say 2 things that we did that you reminded me of when you were talking about the Pirate Museum. The Punk Rock Museum in Vegas. If you're going to Vegas or you're in Vegas, go, because I've actually heard that they're in danger of shutting down due to lack of funds. So go to the Punk Rock Museum. It's awesome. I got probably the biggest splash of inspiration that I've had in I don't even know how long, because one of my favorite artists of all time, Mike Ness, Social Distortion, had his couch from his studio. There's a whole setup at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or the Punk Rock Hall of Fame, of his studio couch and table, with a whole 3 of his gold tops and then guitar and bass from the other guys in his band with some stage wear and stuff like that. But like the couch, end tables, lights, and coffee table from his studio, and on the table, handwritten lyrics for like 4 songs, including one of my favorite songs of all time, which is "Don't Take Me for Granted." And like, I didn't even know. I was looking for Social Distortion stuff in there because I figured they'd have something.
Sure.
Something. I didn't think for a second that there'd be a whole section.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're a SoCal band. They're not a Vegas.
Yeah,
right?
But
And
punk isn't just Vegas. You know,
right. But I mean, like, I figured like No Effects would have the biggest.
yeah.
And they do. They have the biggest presence there because they set up the museum and everything. But yeah, when I walked into the room, I was just like, I saw the little thing with the guitar and the bass, and I was like, awesome. And none of it was like, it was Mike Ness's. It wasn't even one of his gold tops. It was like the hollow body that he did for photos on. I think it was White Light, White Heat, White Trash. And so I saw that, and I was like, ooh, dude, this is awesome. You see this? You see this? And I'm standing with my back to the couch and the Les Pauls and everything, and I'm like taking pictures of the jacket and this, and I'm looking at it, and I turn around and I was just like, oh, what? And I got to sit on his couch. I was like, I'm sitting on his couch, looking at lyric. I love the handwritten lyrics thing.
Yeah,
and I made a mental note, like, I'm going back to notebooks.
It's
I'm going
funny.
back to notebooks.
I think for me too, when we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
yeah,
there's something super profound about seeing handwritten lyrics.
Yeah.
And you don't understand it, A, unless you're a songwriter, and B, unless you actually see it.
Right.
I think that people can probably kind of go, well, that's pretty cool. Right.
I think if you go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and you're a music fan, when you see like John Lennon's handwritten lyrics, even if you're not a songwriter, I bet it hits you in a certain way.
I hope so.
I really hope so too. I really hope you can look at that and you can see, like, you can think in your head, like, this is paperback writer.
Yeah.
And this is when he wrote it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, this didn't, like, I'm looking at these lyrics for one of my favorite songs, and I know that until a pen was put onto that paper, that song didn't exist.
Right.
And as that went down on that paper, that song started to exist.
Yeah.
And it didn't even really exist until way later.
Yeah.
Right. But that's like the genesis of what it is. And you see things like scratched out, and you see fixes and all that kind of stuff. And man, it's just, you look at that and you're like, wow, like, this is.
I think my favorite handwritten lyric that I saw, though, was, again, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
With the Beastie Boys. Because remember how they were
all. Was a pizza box, right?
No, it was one of them worked at a laundromat.
Oh, it was a laundromat, yes.
So it was one of those pads that, like, a rep gives you,
right,
to push their product. So it was on a bunch of like tied.
Yeah.
Like tied.
Yeah, I remember it was on like a product box.
And it was like, that's so weird. But there's Brass Monkey.
Who wrote on the I can't remember who wrote on the pizza box. I thought that was a Beastie Boys too, but
there was I do remember that,
where it was like on the back of a pizza box, and it was like, dude.
Yeah.
Because you never know when inspiration hits, and when it hits, sometimes, like, now we all reach for our phone.
Right. Now it's.
But it used to be you just reached for a pen, and then whatever you could write it on. You know, and there's like napkins with song lyrics, and because someone was at a bar or at a venue watching a band, and they wrote down lyrics. Like Black Crowes has a bunch of stuff on like cocktail napkins,
right?
Because they were like at bars. There's an element to that I think is just lost.
Yeah,
because it's so easy to put it on your phone, but because it's easy to put on your phone, it's also easy to lose on your phone.
Oh, sure.
You know, you look at your voice memos, and there's like how many gigs of voice memos that you have to comb through, that you don't comb through because you're using your phone for other things. That napkin has one use.
Yeah.
Right. That notebook has one purpose. Right. And so you're not doing other things on it. You're seeing it out of the corner of your eye, or you're looking at it, and it's just telling you like, finish this, write this, you know. So I think I'm going back to pen and paper, man.
I've always tried to keep pen and paper with me, even like when I converted to doing bags.
Me too,
bought
and I'm
those
just bad
little
at it.
note.
I have a bunch of the little
notebooks,
ones, yeah.
and I never grab them. I always go for my phone because it's just so easy in the moment.
So I have now bought a bunch of little notepads, and I've put one in every bag that I have.
Yeah, see, I have that
with a pen.
I still grab
and
the
I
phone.
still grab the phone. But I'm gonna mentally really try and actually I think maybe the little notepads is actually a mistake. I think I need to get like a
physical
notebook,
something decently tangible that you got to carry around.
I mean, I have a number of Jimmy's blue notebooks that I could be using for this purpose.
Sure.
And I think I'm gonna have to do that. I think I'm gonna have to like just start mentally like, okay, I'm gonna transfer this and bring it with me wherever I go. And then if I'm bringing it with me wherever I go, I have to have a use for it. Otherwise, I'm just bringing a thing.
Right.
You know, but I think going back to that, it was just so inspiring to like see that, man. And also just to walk through the history of punk.
Oh, sure.
Because punk, I like, if you're younger and you're watching this, you might think of punk as like a genre, but it's not a genre.
It's a culture.
Yeah, because so much different music exists in that world of punk, you know. And there was stuff at the museum. There was like guitars that had been sawn in half on stage. You know, there was everything from like the Cramps to Patti Smith to like to of course the Sex Pistols and the Clash and you know, like Descendants and all those, the Addicts, who I love, like all this really cool stuff. And you also get to see what everybody did with what they had. It wasn't the best gear. It wasn't, you know, they weren't like getting the newest thing. It was all about just making the music. It was about getting whatever you had to get out.
Yeah.
There was just something so inspiring about being there and seeing it and being in it. And it was fucking awesome. Like,
yeah, I definitely want to go there. I definitely want to go there.
Get there before it closes, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much longer they got, honestly.
That sucks.
And I mean, shit, you can go there and you can have a member of a band tour you through.
Well, that's
they schedule it every day.
When I found it, when I first found out about it, it was because Shane told from Silverstein, he lives out in Vegas, and he was doing tours.
Many of them live out in Vegas, man. So many.
Yeah, he was doing tours like once a month.
I feel like all the people that don't want to live in LA live in Vegas.
LA is right there.
Yeah,
you know,
they can get there.
Hours.
They can get there in 5 hours, but they're like, I live in Vegas.
Yeah, and
I want to live in Vegas.
Costs a third of the price at least.
I want to live in Vegas. I want to go there. I want to live there. You should go. You should definitely go. And if you're listening, you should go. We didn't go to the Mob Museum. We went to the Mob Museum gift shop, which here's a tip, guys. If you want to go to a museum and you don't want to pay to go to a museum, go to the gift shop and then just visit the museum backwards, man. Because every museum opens to a gift shop and there's rarely someone there.
Who cares?
Who cares if you walk backwards? But a fun thing I found out at the Mob Museum, the movie Casino. There's a scene in Casino where a dude's being chased for a murder, being chased through his house, and then he's shot through the top of the head out on his out by his pool. Right now, Martin Scorsese wasn't liking how the scene was going, and he was like, "This isn't right. This isn't right. This isn't right." And the guy that he had on set with him to help him with authenticity literally was like, yeah, it's not right because that's not how it happened. I tried to strangle him with the telephone cord, but the cord broke. And then this happened, and then this happened, and found out mid shooting this movie that the guy he had helping him was the guy that committed that murder, and he got off because he turned state's evidence, and so he got immunity. So he skipped a murder charge.
Wow.
So he fired the actor from the scene and said, do it. And so the guy in the scene that does it is the guy that did the real murder.
Holy crap.
Casino.
Wow. That's wild.
Crazy,
That's wild.
right?
Actually, I do remember I also went to another museum too, and then I completely forgot about.
What was it?
I went to Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Oh, nice. Those are fun.
The original.
Those are fun, man.
It's
That's
the
cool
one that they actually used to shoot the old show in.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So it was the original, and Gavin wasn't a fan because of
No?
all the oddities.
Oh, he doesn't like oddities?
He
I
does-
would have
well,
thought he would have been into that.
You know what it is? It's because he's a lover of animals.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So,
So-
it's, yeah, a lot of
so when-
taxidermy.
When
and-
there's he doesn't mind taxidermy, but when it's taxidermy, when they're like, here's an owl
Right.
made out of chicken parts,
Oh,
or here's a
right.
two-headed squirrel.
I
It's
gotcha.
like, I think that kind of like weirded him out.
I gotcha.
And
Okay.
and just like the
Makes sense.
sideshow
It's weird.
people and using deformities to exploit them and stuff.
Mhm.
It just didn't sit well with him. It just did not.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess. Okay. That makes sense.
yeah, but
He loves animals,
enjoyed
but
it.
he's also a
I
sensitive
enjoyed it.
dude.
Of course, I really enjoyed the cryptid area,
Yes.
which is a lot of fun. But yeah, we did do that on the last day. It was kind of a last minute throw this in before we leave kind of situation. And
Nice. Cool.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we've talked for a while now, so I think what we should do is we should let these fine people go about their day. But we have some stuff to try from New Zealand, and we should do that for the patrons.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to stay and we're going to hang on and we're going to try some stuff for the patrons. So it's going to be a little bit of an extended episode for them. If you would like to be a patron, you can go to patreon.com/baconismypodcast and you can join up, and then you will get kind of the extra stuff. We got our boy Ziggy in the room right now who gave us the 1500s factoid.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is some extra content for them that's going to come after this. But thank you guys for hanging out with us while we catch up about our trips,
Yeah.
about our weeks. It's been a fun one. I know it wasn't political, but it's get over it day.
Yeah.
So
I'm over it. I'm
me
over
too.
being political.
Me too. I'm glad to be back.
Me too.
Glad to be back. I want to move us all to Vegas, but I'm glad to be back. So for our patrons, you hang out because we're going to try some stuff. We got some stuff from New Zealand here, and we got some weird stuff. One of them being
Nobody's.
Nobody's Bacon Bites.
Oh, no boobies.
Crispy bacon flavor.
Nobies.
Knobbies.
Nobbies. Okay.
Go nibble on knobbies. So
Sounds suggestive.
we're going to nibble on a knobby or two.
Mm.
And we're going to do that for our patrons here in a little bit. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. BaconsbyPodcast.com. You can find all the stuff. You can grab one of the t-shirts, which is awesome. If you don't want to do any of that stuff, but you do want to support us, like, subscribe, or just share one of our episodes with a friend. If there's one that you liked and you think somebody would like it, share it with them.
Repost the clip from
That would
Instagram
be amazing.
or
Yeah,
TikTok.
even one of the small clips. You don't have to like send one of the big ones. Just whatever. It absolutely helps more than you can even imagine. Because the struggle is real.
Yeah.
But we'll be back next week, as we are every week.
Mhm.
Same bacon time, same bacon channel.
Yeah, I think next week we're gonna have an actual guest again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So back with a guest. We'll see what happens. But until then, remember, ask yourselves every single day,
Mm-hmm.
what is your handwritten lyric of your favorite song that you get to see out of nowhere? What is your pirate flag that actually existed in the 1500s,
Gar.
right? Or just, even if it's not one of those things, what's that thing that makes your day better, right? Ask yourself every day.
What's your bacon?
We'll see you next time.